Hi, my name is Deanna Fiorese. I'm the technology teacher for Upper Pittsgrove School in New Jersey. This video is to assist students with creating a graph or a chart in Google Sheets, mainly for science fair. Since I teach in trimesters, I find that 2/3 of my students don't get practice with creating charts during science fair when they need it the most, and that they come to my class once science fair is complete. So I'm trying to find a way to offer them the same information as if they were in my classroom during that first trimester. So the first thing you will need to do is to sign into your Google account. Once you are signed into your Google account, if you find your applications button, it looks like 9 small squares in the shape of a larger square over in the upper right hand corner of your screen. And if you click on that, you can come down to Google Sheets. Please feel free to click pause while you get your computers ready so you can also create your science fair chart with me to be right here next to you to walk you step by step through it. Once you open Google Sheets, we can get a new sheet by clicking the plus sign. Once your sheet opens, I suggest that you rename it because, as I've said before, when we have an untitled spreadsheet, you never know what it's going to be when you go to look for it in your Google Drive. So if you want to type in science fair chart, that'll work just fine. So the first thing we need to do is to organize your information and the data that you took from your science fair experiment. So we're going to organize it within the cells. So let's say that you had 3 plants. So we're going to call it plant number 1. We're going to call it plant number 2. We'll call it plant number 3. Okay, so I'm going to put that information in cells A2, A3, and A4. And let's say that you calculated the growth of these plants over time. Maybe you checked on their growth for 6 weeks. So I would choose week 1, week 2, and those of you who know me know I like little tricks. So I can continue this pattern of week 1 and week 2 over to as many weeks as I want by highlighting both. I find the little blue square in the corner. I click, I can drag over, and I can fill into as many weeks as I want. And it will follow in the same sequence. Okay. So here's where we would enter our data. So at week 1, let's say that your data was 0 for all 3 plants. Okay. And let's say that at week 2, it was still 0 for all 3. Let's say for week 3, they started to grow just a little bit. I'm just going to put some numbers in because your information is going to look different than mine. And let's say that they grew a little bit more throughout your experiment. Okay, all I'm doing is entering in the information. If you would like to pause this video to add your own information while I'm updating, please feel free to do that. And then we can create our charts together. Once you've entered your data into the spreadsheet, we can easily make a chart. The first thing you have to remember is to select all of the cells that have your information. The most common mistakes that students make is not selecting their data before they click the chart button. And then it would say no data, and then they get upset because they don't understand why there's no data. So once you have selected your information on your graph, you're going to come and click the Insert Chart button. And you will get a chart. Sometimes the chart doesn't always show the information in the way that you want it, but Google Sheets does do a fairly good job at giving you the most resourceful and the best chart for your information that you have entered. So if you want to tweak this, you certainly can. Let's say that you wanted a line chart to show growth. You could do that. Okay. You could choose, if you wanted to stick with the bar chart, you could do that too. Now, the main things that I tell students to look for is to make sure that your chart is readable. For a title that says plant 1, plant 2, plant 3, that doesn't exactly make sense, and especially judges looking for something in a science fair aren't going to know what that means. So this is where you would add your title. Google Sheets has made it easy. You can just double click to change your title here. So let's say that your title was Growth of Plants Using Different Types of Soil. Okay, so let's say that was your title. So the best thing about Google Sheets is that you could leave this chart the way it is, or we could personalize it. So if you want to personalize your chart, and you've already clicked enter, these 3 little dots right here will give you the option to edit your chart. So let's say that we want to edit. We're going to move over to the Customize tab. And I'm going to show you real quick, we're going to take a little look at all of these little arrows to see what's hiding in there. Students love to enjoy customizing their charts. So if we click on a chart style, this is where you could add a background color. Okay, you can have a couple choices of fonts. There aren't too many, but there's enough. Most people like to enjoy the 3D. I don't usually like the Maximize because I think it makes things look a little sloppy. But of course, that's up to you. So once I'm done with that, I move down to the chart and axis titles. This is where I can change the information on my vertical axis and my horizontal axis. So if I want to keep my chart title the same, that's fine, but there's a drop-down list. Okay. At any time, if you need to pause in order to catch up or rewind and continue and fast forward to get to any parts that you need, please feel free to do that. Okay. But if I want to change my titles and I want a horizontal axis, so I would click horizontal axis title, and if I were to type in here, maybe weeks or weekly growth, okay, you'll see that that will adjust at the bottom. Okay, so then if I wanted to change my vertical, this is where I could put this. Maybe this is in inches, or maybe this is in centimeters, or however it is that you, have created your information. Also in this area is where you could change the text color if you choose, and the font color if you choose. If you have a series, what that means, that's kind of like these little bars in here. If you want to change the color of those, you can. That's in this area. I'm just going to leave them alone for now. A legend is your key if you want to include a legend. Okay, some you don't really need a legend, but some you do. For this one you would. Plant 1 would be blue, plant 2 would be red, and plant 3 would be yellow. Without that legend, without that key, you would not know what this information represents. Okay, but you can choose to add that and change that and customize that to the way you like it. I kind of like it at the top, so I'm going to leave it there. Okay, if you want to go in to the horizontal axis a little bit more in detail, you can change their information here. Like for example, if you wanted to change the way the labels looked, you didn't like them straight, if you want to slant them. Okay, so then week 1, week 2, week 3 would be on a slant. Okay, the vertical axis does sort of the same thing. It allows you to change your fonts and your colors, your sizes. Okay, you can choose, if you don't want it to, you can choose the increments of the line spaces in between. And last but not least is your grid lines. If you needed more grid lines to get exact, you could always add them. Okay, and you could change the color of those as well. Let's just give you an example. Okay, and if you wanted to adjust anything in here, you could. Bigger, smaller, you get the idea. Okay. So when you're finished, if you hit this little tiny X on the chart editor, then you're done with your chart and you have your information for your science fair chart. You have your data, and all we have to do is print this and get this on your board. So hopefully you can check back onto this video for each chart that you need to make for science fair, even if you're not in my trimester during the science fair. Hopefully this will help you out so that you don't get stuck with creating the charts. I hope to see you again soon. Thanks for watching.